to Unraveled Game Thoughts. Today I have Regicide. I actually just discovered that this is available solo on BGA, Board Game Arena. Um, this is a fantastic co-op game generally, although I'm playing it solo, so I'm going to talk about the solo rules here and touch base on this. But if you're new to Regicide, if you've never heard of Regicide, it's essentially a game played with a deck of cards. The jacks, queens, and kings are going to be, they are going to attack you. And so you kind of take turns with your various cards. I'll explain as I go along. And you have to defeat all of them to beat the game. So typically this is co-op, and so you're going around the table and different folks are playing their cards, and each suit provides a different ability, and in general the attack value is the number of the card. So there are some various exceptions to the basic rules, but essentially, if you knew what all these cards did, you could theoretically play with a deck of cards. And there's some unique challenges to this. So you're going to have 4 jacks, 4 queens, 4 kings. Each jack is going to attack for 10 and have 20 health. Each queen is going to attack for 15 and have 30 health. And I believe each king, I don't think I've ever made it to the kings, has, I'm guessing, 20 attack and 40 health. That's what I would guess is the general process. Now, in a solo game, these jokers basically give me an automatic redraw up to my hand size if I ever run out of cards. So if I'm ever out of cards, it'll automatically do it for me. I can use it any 2 times in the game, but I want to be careful when I used them. Now, when you're playing, I think in a 2-player game, you don't even get jokers. It's not even, you don't get to use them. 3-player and 4-player games, you get, I don't know, maybe it's 1 joker for a 3-player game and 2 jokers for a 4-player game, something like that. But they can, you kind of avoid taking an attack. You could play a joker, and then whoever it is you're fighting at that time doesn't attack you and moves on to the next player. So if you don't have the cards you need, it could be used to kind of skip a turn, basically, and not take an attack. You also get to pick which player goes first. So if I played a joker and I saw that another player co-oping with had a lot of cards in their hand, I figure, oh, that player probably has the best chance of defeating or playing a good card against this enemy, then I might make them the next player. But that's a general idea of the jokers. They do a little different thing depending on player count. So right now, the castle, this is the remaining enemies I have left. So you have 12 enemies total, 4 jacks, 4 queens, 4 kings. And then my tavern, this is like my deck of draw cards, is 32. And if my discard pile will fill up as I play cards. As I defeat cards, they'll often go to the discard pile. Although, if I'm able to defeat this guy with the exact number of damage he needs, then I believe it goes to the top of my draw deck, and I'll get to draw him the next turn, and then he counts as, I think he counts as 10, and queen is 15, and the king is 20. So there's some helpful options there with them. Okay, so what am I going to do? Here's my hand of 8 cards. In general, the value of the card is how much damage I will do to him. After I play a card, he will attack me. There are some caveats to how that works. So aces are essentially spirit animals, and you can play them with another card, and you will get the power of the suit, which is, in spades, it's going to reduce his attack value, and it adds a +1 to whatever other thing I pair it with. So if I was to, well, and let's talk about the other things too. The clubs, like a club, if you're beating something, will double the damage. So if I played my 9 of clubs here, it would do 18 damage and very nearly kill him in 1 turn. And actually, I probably will end up doing that. I'll show you why in a second. Hearts will end up giving you cards from your discard pile, it'll put them back into your tavern so that it increases your draw deck. You shuffle the discard pile and then count on a number of cards equal to the played value, and these are placed under the tavern deck, so they just increase your tavern deck size. Diamonds will give you allow you to draw cards, and so often most games you don't have these gestures to kind of get a one-off or two-off card draw, but the diamonds are how you will get to draw cards. Now the other thing you'll notice here is under the heart there's a little exclamation point. Well, that's because he is a heart, so he's shielded against hearts. So whenever I'm fighting whatever suit I'm fighting, I won't be able to use that particular power, suit power. Now, if I played a jester, what happens, like, it won't work in this game because it's solo, but in a 3 and 4 player game where I have jesters, playing a jester actually nullifies his suit guard ability, and so other people can play cards that will be the same suit of him and still get the benefit of that suit. But right now, I could not add things from my discard pile to my tavern, which is actually fine. There's nothing there, so I wouldn't want to play a heart here anyway. But I think what I'm going to do, let's see, I think this will work. If I combine these two, what should happen is the 9 will be added to the ace, which will add a 1, so it'll be 10. It'll be a double hit because of the clubs here, and the spade will also take away 10 of his power, which is not going to matter. What it's going to do is defeat him in one hit, and the benefit of that is going to be that he gets to go on top of my tavern deck instead of going straight to the discard pile, which means that I could then use him pretty quickly. So we're going to go ahead and do that. That's going to knock him out. And now I go on to the next jack, which is the same health 10, attack 10. So now he's a diamond, so I can't draw cards, and that's kind of what I'd really like to do is draw cards. Getting some health wouldn't hurt. I've got 2 5s. I don't think I can play both of them. A spade would help me lower his attack value. And I'm going to have to lose 2 cards. I don't think I can play both of these together, but I'm going to see. Maybe I can. If it's 10 or less, you can play the same number twice, so that's handy. And now I have a spade. I don't have any spades, which is actually works out to my favor. The problem is I am going to have to take 10 damage. Now, I'd rather hit him pretty hard. This is tough. So I'm going to have to be able to pay, well, yeah, I'm going to have to be able to take 10 damage on my turn. So we're going to hit with this. That's going to get him down to 6. I'm going to take, whoops, I don't want that. I need to draw cards. So I'm going to discard that 10. And then I'm going to play this, and I'm already going to have to use, oh, let's see, I'm going to discard, now if I hit discard 0, I'll probably die and take 10 damage, but I got these 2 jacks, which I just defeated, and since I defeat them with exact value, they came up next, which is fantastic. So I'm going to hit that, and now I have to play a card. I'm probably going to have to draw up to my hand size again, but I am going to get to defeat him. So I'm going to go ahead and hit him with that, which will get me new cards because he was a diamond, which, whew, that worked out pretty conveniently. And now I'm on my last jack. Now this guy I can't double hit. What I really want is a spade so I don't have to take as much damage. Let's see if there's some other options here. I don't want to draw cards. I could hit him with this spade and a heart, which would give me some cards back. But then I've got to take 6 damage, which isn't the best. That's a tough one. I think I'd rather play this, and I'll only take 4 damage. Um, so we'll just discard this because I can't use spades against him anyway. So now I could go down to an attack 1. I don't know if that's worth it. I can't double up my clubs. Drawing some cards would be good. This will kind of help me. It'll get his damage down a bit. Oh, because I guess the number goes together, and then I get both values plus the 6. So I took no damage, which I didn't realize the numbers added up. I thought it'd be, I don't know what I was thinking. So that worked out well for me. So let's see here. I need to draw cards. I could hit him for exactly 8 and get a card draw, which might be really good because then I get him for the next one. Oh, but now we're on our first queen. She's a club, so I can't double anything. Don't really want to draw cards. I really would like to mitigate a good chunk of the damage that she can do. Let's see if we can double up on any cards here. We don't have 2 4s, 2s. So there's nothing we can double up on. We don't have Spirit Animal. I think it makes sense to mitigate the damage that she's doing to me. So let's play this one, and that'll knock us down to 6. I'm not terribly worried about health right now, and that's a single discard, so I'm going to go ahead and discard that. Drawing cards wouldn't hurt. Although I could get the attack down to next to nothing before I do that. Let's do that. Okay, we'll get that there. Actually, this will be perfect. We'll do 4 damage here, but that'll give us some of our discard back, which I like. And then we'll hit for an exactly 10, which will let us draw back up to our hand size. And then we go on to this queen. Still haven't used one of my jokers, which is fantastic. I really like that. That was the Queen of Diamonds, so I can't draw anything, but I don't have any draw anyway. So, is there anything we can double up on? You can't play 2 8s because when you're playing 2 cards at once that are the same number, they cannot go over 10. They can go up to 10, but not over. So, this is a little bit of a tough one. Probably it's going to behoove me to take her damage down quite a bit. So now I have to discard 5, and I will go ahead and, ooh, I hate to lose that. Anything I don't need. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's not my favorite, but I think that's the best thing. Okay, so now I got to play a card. I could do double damage to her and knock her out. That's not a bad idea. Let's do that. Let's get to the next queen. Done. All right. Spade. Ooh. So we're going to take 15 damage. Well, if I'm going to take 15 damage anyway, let's knock her down. and get some refill in our tavern deck. This is going to be awfully close. Yeah, let's discard that. Okay. And I think I can double damage here. It's going to be the exact amount. So he's going to go on top. And we don't have to worry too much about cards. If I play this, I will immediately draw cards, which is fine. So do double damage. I think I can go ahead and use one now. Gesture can be used to discard hand and refill cards to the maximum hand size. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to play my Jester. She's going to discard that card and give me these cards. I kind of want to mitigate the damage she's doing to me. This, I think, does 15. Yeah, I think that'll do 15, and I won't take any damage. Yeah, that was fantastic. Do I want to draw cards? Now I have the option of getting some benefits. I have a queen of diamonds. I don't know if I want to draw cards yet. And I can't remember which queens I have. Oh, kings are coming up. So we've got 15. My hand size is 8. I'm at 7. Could draw 4 cards. Might need to get that tavern deck up. Ugh. This is tough. Yeah, I'm going to play this one and see what I draw, because I feel like this is going to be a little more beneficial. Okay, I got a spirit animal. It's a heart, which will come in handier next time. But that's not my favorite. Let's use the 2. Well, the 2 could be doubled up on something later. If I go down to 9, if I go to 6, it gives me 5. That could knock me down to a 4. I think I'm going to do this card draw again and see what I can get in preparation for the next turn. Okay, I only need 5. Spade would give me exactly and get the queen as the next draw. Let's do that. Okay. 40 health, and it's a spade. So we're going to take 20 damage, which means we probably need a queen. And we might want to get some cards back. So we're not doing double damage. We're going to get cards. Drawing cards won't hurt. Let's see. This is the farthest I've gotten playing this game, so I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. My first king I've ever fought. 20 damage. Man. If we add it to the spirit animal, not bad. We could club him pretty good at 30 damage. That would be not bad. We're still going to take a ton of damage. But if we combine that with that, it could be worse. Alright, that's gonna... Now we gotta suffer 20 damage. Ugh. I think I'm gonna have to use this queen for damage, unfortunately. So... Ugh, I don't like that. My hand is not the best. Spades aren't gonna help. We could defeat him with 1. and draw cards. So that actually might work. Let me do that and see what my next king is. So diamonds, we're not going to be able to draw cards, but our tavern deck's pretty full, and the discard pile is only 5. So drawing cards is not too bad. And now I can double up on a spade if I have it. Try to knock down some of the damage he's going to do to me. Sadly, the only spade I have is this one. This is not bad because I think that's a king. No, that's a 9. I can't believe what a doofus. It's Monday. It's Monday. That's all I can say. It's Monday. I'm still recovering from the weekend. So I'm gonna have to mitigate this attack of 20 if I don't do anything better. I don't have a lot of I don't have hardly any double up cards here. This queen would get me a little bit, but not a ton. Just don't like the options here. The 4 would drop his attack, and I could make it a 5 attack, which wouldn't be bad. Actually, I could make it a 10 attack. No, that would be a 9 attack, which would drop his hit down to 11, which actually would be pretty mitigatable. That might be better. If I combine, oh, I'm thinking a 4 and a 5. I can't combine a 4 and a 5. This might be the best option to get his attack down, and then I can use this queen to mitigate that. And that gets me to at least here. I need some more cards. Can I get through one more attack? If I drop it 3, I don't know, if I drop it 2, that gets down to 13. Clubbing him's not the best. Huh. The 2 wouldn't do much. That would just knock him down to 13 attack, and I'd still have to get rid of 2 cards, but I could get rid of diamonds. I can't draw much anyway. In fact, nothing here is going to be something I can draw. So this isn't the best, but let's do the Joker. Let's see if we can get through these next 2 in better shape. Okay, so I got a king, which would spade out 20 and do a decent amount of damage at the same time. That's going to do 20 damage. So well, let's prevent myself from taking damage. We can at least do that. Um, hmm. That'll get us down to 4. Double damage. Let's do that. So that gets us to our last one. Question is, can we do it? I don't know that I can. Last king, 20 damage. No doubles. Not much draw. Now, if I play this, I think I get to draw and see if I would have something useful to potentially get rid of that. So let's try it. I think that's my only chance. Draw some cards. I have to take 20 damage. Can I? 10, 20. If I discard 2 jacks, that'll do it. Sadly, that's not going to help me win. So I can combine that and confirm. But I can't take 20. Ooh, okay. So that is Regicide on BGA Solo. That's a great way to practice the game. Um, I probably could have played better, but if you've played this a few times and you have hints or tips that you would suggest, then by all means, please post them in the comments. It's fast, it's quick, it doesn't take long to play. You can reset and play multiple times in a row. Great filler if you have a game group. Um, I am impressed with the creativity of doing this with a deck of cards. Now, there's a Regicide from a couple of years back, and I don't know if it's exactly the same. It might be, and this is just an upgraded version of that same Regicide, but I haven't checked that one out, so uh, that's kind of a curiosity. But this is great. I recommend it, and until next time, thanks for watching on Unraveled Game Thoughts.